Hi everyone, welcome to an exciting episode of the Flavour Vault presented by Colmans Vinegar. We're going to unlock some amazing flavors to you with the goodness of Colmans Vinegar and Colmans Aminos. I'm your host Pratap, and in today's episode, we're going to try a minced chicken pasta flavored by our very own garlic Aminos. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so on the ingredients front, you're going to want to start off with about 50 grams of chopped garlic, chopped onions, 200 grams of diced tomatoes, about a tablespoon of chili paste, some salt and pepper to taste, a little bit of regular tomato sauce. We have our minced chicken here, we have about 250 grams. We're also going to chop up some coriander and we'll have a bit of lime to add a bit of zest towards the end of the dish. You'll also need about 200 grams of cooked pasta, a little bit of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, just some regular vegetable oil or some coconut oil would do. 100 grams of curd, and last but not least, you'll also need some Colmans Amino garlic. Alright guys, so let's get cooking. About a liter of water into like a pan. Season it with a pinch of salt, a little bit of olive oil. The olive oil is actually not to season it, but to make sure it doesn't stick or get clumped to each other. So just a little bit. Alright, so while that's boiling, we're going to put in about 200 grams of pasta. You can choose any type of pasta that you want. We can go with penne or any type of pasta. Give it about 3 to 5 minutes until it gets almost softly boiled, and then we'll take it out and keep it on a side. Yeah? Alright, so our pasta seems almost cooked, so we're going to take it out and let it dry in the colander. So I'm just going to switch this off and take it over here. Kids, be careful if you're doing this at home. You might injure yourself, so make sure there's always an adult to kind of burn themselves. I'm just kidding, don't burn yourself. Alright, so while we have our pasta cooking over there, we're going to get a little pan or a skillet. Any type of pan would work, even a wok or anything like that. Start off with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, maybe about 2 tablespoons. Yeah, just drizzle that along. Turn your pan to medium heat. And while that heats on, we're going to slowly put in the garlic and the chopped onions. Let that slowly brown until it becomes almost like a thick paste. Let it also infuse the flavor with the oils. Alright, so our garlic and our chopped onions, it's sizzling nicely on the pan. For those of you at home who can't hear the sizzle, here's a little right? And keep it going till it turns brown. So fun fact about pasta, right? A lot of people tend to, I know in my recipe today, I also did put a bit of oil in the pasta. You don't always have to do it. For example, if you're making something like spaghetti, you might not want to put oil when you're boiling the pasta because the oil doesn't let the sauce kind of stick to it, yeah? So sometimes, like depending on the type of dish that you're making, you don't always have to put a bit of oil when you're boiling stuff because sometimes the water itself kind of eliminates that, it counterbalances that. Coming back to our garlic and our onions, it's slowly coming to a golden brown. The smell just amazing. It smells like Italy right now. Just gonna get a bowl to put this aside. Alright guys, so our onions and our garlic are nicely golden brown. So delicious, it smells fantastic over here. Alright guys, we're gonna move on to a bigger pan over here. We're gonna put the heat to medium, or maybe we'll put it to low for now. We're gonna put in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Right? We're gonna put in the chicken first, yeah? Woo! There's a party in this pan, you guys. And we're gonna put the chicken to it. So mix the chicken around, let it slowly cook and brown. Yeah. While this is cooking, we're gonna put in a bit of salt and a bit of pepper, and we're also gonna add our garlic onion paste to it. and that flavor is going to infuse into the chicken. So while our chicken is cooking, I'm going to put in the garlic and the onions that we cooked earlier. It's going to infuse pretty well into it. We'll put in a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper for just a little bit of flavor. Get those flavors going. Yeah. Make sure your chicken doesn't clump up together, guys. I'm gonna put in a little bit of sauce, right? If you have any tomato paste, that might be a better way to go. So just a little bit more than a tablespoon of sauce. So we're gonna put in 3 tablespoons of Colmans garlic aminos. Yeah, and let that nicely mix in with the overall mixture. Increase the heat just a little bit. Oh, it smells like garlic heaven in here. Alright, so to this we're gonna mix in about a tablespoon of chili paste. If you like your food spicy, you're actually more than welcome to add in a bit more. Right? Get that infused, mixed in. To this, I believe we're gonna put in the tomatoes, the diced tomatoes. Yeah. So slowly put that in, and I think we can actually increase the heat just a little bit to get those tomatoes mixed in very well. Just a little bit. So for those of you who haven't heard of Colmans Aminos before, it's actually a concentrated sap from coconuts. In terms of its flavor profile, it's slightly sweet. It's a bit savory. I would say it's not spicy at all, but it's got a bit of a soy sauce umami flavor to it, and it actually adds in a lot of flavor. In this case, they've infused garlic into it, which kind of enhances that garlic flavor profile. So it kind of works really well for like Italian food, pastas. I would say the garlic also works well as a salad dressing as well. We're going to try that out a little bit later on. But right now it seems that our diced tomatoes are nicely sweating in. We're just going to give it a little bit of a stir and take it to the next process. We're going to put our curd in. The curd's gonna give us a nice tangy flavor to it, and it's gonna nicely even out all the red and spicy flavors going on. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the pasta. Give it a little bit of a shake so that everything's not clumped together. Yeah. And we'll slowly incorporate it to our dish. If you have a little bit of pasta water, I'd say now's the time to put it in. That's gonna get it all into a nice thick pasta sauce. So we're gonna slowly fold the pasta in, and while that's cooking, just going to do a small taste test just to see if we have enough heat going on. Just gonna make sure that all the flavors are coming through. Yep. Alright, so our pasta's almost ready. I'm just gonna put in just a little bit of coriander to it. And I mean, you can finely chop it. In this case, I'm just gonna tear it into like little pieces, get the flavors going out there. Yeah. And just a little bit of lime. Just gonna squeeze it through, get the seeds out. The lime is actually optional, you guys. You don't actually need it, but I like how it adds just a nice little extra little pinch of flavor. You know, it's that little cherry on the top, so to speak. All right. We're going to cut down the heat and we're going to plate this now.